Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. We're going to be talking China Glaze again today. I know it feels like we just reviewed a collection from them, but they put out another one. It's called the Star Hopping Collection, and I was told by my girl Brenda that these were, I guess, previously Sally Beauty Supply exclusive and that they're in the core display. I never noticed them, although I really haven't looked through Sally's core display in a while, and certainly not for glitters because I don't typically go for glitters, but I did notice the whole display on Trans Design, and so I just decided to review it. I actually hemmed and hawed for a little while because, like I just said, I don't really go for glitters, and that's actually not because I don't like how they look. I just don't like the cleanup. That's just how lazy I am. I don't like the cleanup, and it just leaves it around for a while, and it takes a lot more acetone, it feels like, to get it off. So, of course, the peel-off base coat method is probably the best for all of these glitters. But when I'm swatching, sometimes I'm going too fast to wait for that peel-off base coat to dry. So I just go ahead and use my regular base coat and swatch, and then I'm still dealing with all this glitter mess. So anyway, long story short, I'm really glad I picked this collection up because I love it. So it's made up of 8 glitter polishes, and I was actually able to make all of them wearable on their own at 2 coats. So basically, you know how China Glaze does these really great micro glitters that can totally cover the whole nail. They aren't all the same exact formula. There's some that have some larger hexes in them. There's some that are very, very micro glitter. And then there's some that's like regular glitter size, but they're all very dense. So I was actually able to get them all to cover my nail. Now, you may not like how they look that way. You might totally just want to wear them as 1-coat toppers. That's totally your preference, but I'm going to show them to you today how I wore them, which is as 2 coats on their own. So that's how my live application is going to go today, and then also the swatch photos are going to look like that. So I was actually super in love with this collection, you know, aside from the fact that it was hard to remove because they're glitters, but it really surprised me how much I loved this collection. And I was actually really surprised by which ones were my favorites, which ones turned out to be my favorites. Just all around, I was surprised by how gorgeous this collection was. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and start looking at live application. If you're new to my channel, that's what we do here. We do live application of basically any collection I can get my hands on, because I think that live application is really something that helps you be able to decide whether or not you really need a polish before you purchase it, because the worst thing is getting a polish that looks absolutely gorgeous in somebody's swatch and then you go to apply it and the formula is horrible. So that's why we do a live application on my channel. So hit that subscribe button if you don't want to miss any more of my videos. So let's get started. I'm going to start actually with what I have on my nails today. I'm wearing the Amethyst color in the collection. It's a gorgeous purple. It's micro glitter, but not the most micro in the collection, and it is basically amethyst and hollow. There's a lot of holographic elements in this collection, which I loved. It makes these polishes stand out from a mile away. Like literally, I just look like I have jewel encrusted nails, which I just think is amazing. This one's called Pick Me Up Purple, and yeah, there's not really much else to say about it other than I really loved it. Let's take a look. Next up in the collection we have this one, and it's like a black and blue base, so it's not a clear base like a lot of the polishes are in this collection. And this one is the namesake of the collection. It's called Star Hopping, and so like I said, it's like a black and blue base, and it has black and then like bright sapphire and holographic glitter going all throughout it. Really, really gorgeous. Probably the darkest color in the collection. So let's take a look at Star Hopping. The other blue glitter in the collection is called Can You See Me? And the word see is spelled like a body of water. And this is the one that has the largest hex glitters in it. So it's a clear base, and then it has bright sapphire blue glitters in it, and then these larger hex holographic glitters. So this one was probably one of the trickier ones to get completely opaque in 2 coats, but I think it's totally manageable because they are all a little bit on the thick side. So you either go for like one just regular coat where you can still see through, or you can build it up, and definitely on 2 you can get it nice and opaque. So really, really gorgeous. Let's take a look at how it swatches. Okay, I'm not going to save this one any longer. I'm going to go ahead and share with you my favorite glitter out of the whole collection. This one is actually my favorite polish that I've tried in a while. So that is saying something, you guys. I actually wish that China Glaze had just put some of my favorites out of this collection into their holiday collection and maybe taken out some of the other ones that aren't as spectacular, because this is truly a collection of spectacular glitters. So just really, really bright and gaudy. And so that seems like perfect to go into their holiday collection. Anyway, this glitter, I think this is a must-have. If you really like China Glaze, if you really like nail polish, if you especially really love green nail polish, this is a blue-green nail polish, and it is called Give Me the Green Light! Exclamation point. And basically it's a micro glitter, super, super fine, and it has blue and green micro glitters just all meshed together. So it really has this cool these different dimensions on the nails. And oh my goodness, you guys, I just love how this looks so much on my nails. I did not want to take it off, but of course I did because I had to keep swatching. I didn't swatch it last. So yes, this one is a must-have. If you guys are going to get any out of the collection, I absolutely suggest this to you, even if you don't really like glitters, because this is very fine. It actually just looks like this gorgeous, shimmering, lustrous polish on your nails from far away. I love all of these, you guys, but this one is a must-have, so check it out. Alright, the next one we're going to look at is the darker of the 2 glitters. This one does not have a clear base. It's kind of like a fuchsia to purple base, and it's called Turn Up the Heat. It looks like this, and basically it does have that colored base, but it also has very fine fuchsia glitters, and then it has slightly larger fuchsia glitters, and then I can't decide if they're like a beige or like a light pink, because it's all kind of meshed in there what kind of glitters they are. But anyway, you'll see in the close-up and you can make up your mind for yourself about it. But this is actually another one of my favorites, really, really pretty. And this was a pink one, go figure. I really like this. Okay guys, another of my absolute favorite of the collection, and this one really shocked me because look it's a light pink, and this is another one that's super fine, so it's kind of like that green one. But when I swatched this on the nail and when I saw it online, I thought, oh, this is kind of a throwaway polish for me out of the collection. I'm not really gonna like this one very much. But I put it on my nails and I loved how chic and feminine it looked without being like a super obvious way, if you know what I mean. That's usually why I don't like pink, is because I don't like the obvious femininity of it. But I really loved this. It is like a light, very light rose pink with tons of holographic all throughout it, all just mixed in there. It's delicious. Let me tell you what it's called. It's called You're Too Sweet. There's Maya, she's making noises. It's called You're Too Sweet, and it is just so gorgeous. I can't wait to show you. Let's take a look. Alright, so there are two glitters left. There's a gold and a silver. And let's look at the gold first. Basically, I loved both of these. I mean, I'm telling you I loved all of them, but I really was surprised because there's a lot of gold and silver glitter nail polishes out there, and I usually just kind of steer away from them because they're kind of boring to me. But because these were able to reach a level of opacity that was okay with me and two coats, I really liked wearing them that way. And basically they're like how this purple one looks. It just looks like you have bedazzled your nails. It's like you put Swarovski crystals all over your nails, but then when you look up close you're just like, oh well, that's a glitter. Way easier than, you know, putting each individual crystal on there. Just gorgeous, you guys. You'll see here in a second. So this gold one first, it's called Counting Carats, and it's basically just it's just like a smaller, it's a mix between slightly larger hex glitters, not as large as the blue one, and then some smaller, all in gold, and then just all drenched with holographic again. So let's go ahead and take a look. I just loved how this one looked on the nails. So gaudy, but so beautiful. Alright, so the very last one in the collection is the silver. Now this one doesn't have any holographic going through it, but it's basically the same thing as the gold one I just showed you without the holographic. But buildable up into two coats, nice on the nails, just looks so gorgeous. It is called Silver of Sorts. So let's go ahead and take a look. I hope that you like how I have these just piled onto my nails. I feel like they're thick where you're like, whoa, that's noticeably thick on your nails, but not so bad that it looks tacky, you know what I mean? I don't know, I'm just really digging this look. So, yeah, let's check it out. Alright, so that wraps up the whole collection. I hope that you found this review helpful. If you did, definitely give it a thumbs up so that I know. And as always, leave in the comments below any collection that you're interested in my review of, because it helps me to know, you know, what I need to purchase next. It just really helps drive my channel down the direction that you guys like, because that's kind of the point. So anyway, I hope that you're having a really great day. Thanks for spending some of it with me. You know which ones are my favorites. Let me know in the comments below which ones are yours. Have a great one, and I will see you back in my next review. Bye.